each one of them to help me out.
Hmm.
And I
Wow.
remember the friends I thought who were supposed to help me, they didn't do it at all. But the few I never thought will raise gave me a few money. And I looked for a whole left building, and I asked for the owner who was not staying in the city. I renovated, I changed it, and I made it a school.
Hmm.
And myself and those who I come across with, I didn't have a medical background to start
Okay.
a medical facility, and this puts people in so many questions. That's
Right.
not possible.
Right.
Where I stay is an informal settlement, what they usually call slum. When I moved to
Hmm.
this neighborhood, I became very sick. I was looking for medical care around the community. I almost died. So I
Wow.
made this promise that when I get better, I'll be able to be part of the solution to
Hmm.
overcome the challenges of getting better medical care in this community.
Right.
So when my brother-in-law was a resident doctor in internship in one of the hospitals in the eastern part of the country.
Hi family, I'm Dr. Brenda Woburiosty. I'm a licensed daycare provider, a published author of 3 children's books, an advocate, a consultant, a veteran's wife, and a mother. If you need help setting up your daycare service or just looking for great ideas to incorporate a play-based learning approach as well as learn about research-based solutions to issues impacting education, this is the channel for you. Subscribe, share, like. Thank you.
Okay, hello everybody. My name is Dr. Brenda Owobu Riosti, and we appreciate you every time you stop by on this channel. You like, you comment, you share our program. We are very appreciative of it. On this channel we emphasize play-based learning, everything about education, issues in early childhood education. We talk about education all over the world. I mean, there's a lot of things going on this channel. So don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button and the notification button. Please subscribe, share, like, and comment for more educative content. Okay, so this is wage interviews. You know that if you've been on this channel, you've seen me interview a lot of people from all over the world. WAGE stands for World Advocacy for Growth in Education, and we are dedicated with WAGE at interviewing educators from all over the world. And the goal is to compare educational programs and practices and also help with funding if we can, of educational programs all over the world. So today I have a very special guest, and I have the pleasure of chatting with this amazing human being, and you will hear about him in a minute because I don't want to spoil the fun and introduce him by myself. I want him to come on and introduce himself. His name is Mr. Moffat Osoro, and he's a Kenyan, and I'm going to bring him in now, and he can introduce himself to us and tell us all about what he does. Hello, hi, Mr. Moffat.
Hello. Oh, thank you, Dr. Brenda.
Yeah, how are
I'm
you?
so, I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. It's great. Okay. I'm
Okay.
excited to have you here today. And we have a couple of questions to ask you about. We want to get to know you and hear your amazing story, which I've heard already. I just want the world to hear you. And I'm going to start with this question right here. Can you tell us about Kenya and particularly the city you're in currently?
Well, thank you very much. I'm so happy and excited to be here to share personally
Amazing.
with you and to
Yeah.
share with the rest of humanity. So I'm in Nairobi, Kenya.
Okay.
Kenya is in the east part of the continent in Africa.
Okay.
I'm in
Okay.
the capital city, Nairobi. Nairobi is one of the famous cities in Africa, and that's where I am. And to be specific, I'm the west part of the city where we have a place called Dagoretti South.
Okay, that's amazing. What is the step? I have had the pleasure and a privilege of having a Kenya on this show before, and that's Jackson. And you and Jackson are friends as well. We learned a little bit about Kenya, but I don't know. It's like we're hungry to know about Kenya. You can never be be satisfied or full of hearing about Kenya. You want to hear about Kenya all the time. I'm Nigerian, I know about my country, and I love to hear about Kenya. So, what is the staple food or drink there in Kenya? And what do people do with their leisure time? And what do you do with your leisure time?
Well, Kenya is a beautiful country. I think that the statistics tells us that we have a population of around 50 millions, and we are made of tribes, which are 42 tribes. And our staple food is ugali. This is maize or corn flour that is cooked and made like a paste. And then this is escorted by some traditional vegetables. So we have, depending on which tribe you're coming from, we have different vegetables, but all in all, most of them are in general. So in most homesteads, for lunch or for supper or dinner, in that case, you'll find that the mothers have cooked ugali, and they have cooked some vegetables and maybe some traditional milk that is soured to accompany the vegetables.
Sounds good. And what do you do on your leisure time?
Well, leisure time is one of the things people enjoy in Kenya. Like in Nairobi, which is the capital city, I can say that Nairobi is the only city in the world that has a national park, a national park. And here we can go and in the wildlife. You can drive and see wild animals. In fact, the Nairobi National Park has buffaloes, zebras, lions, and all of those. Also, we have orphanages where you can go and see some wild animals that are caged. Also, we have an elephant sanctuary where the elephants that have been rescued, maybe they are orphans, they come and rest. So there are a lot of activities you can do in Nairobi in your leisure time. You can visit national parks with your family or friends. You can go and watch soccer or football or play if you love sports. So there's a lot of things you can do in Nairobi.
So now that you mentioned soccer and football, what's Kenya's position with FIFA? Are you guys in FIFA? Are you playing?
Well, I mean, there's been a lot of politics when it comes to football. Our national team is Harambee Stars. It has played in many soccer tournaments in Africa. It's also been one of the teams that plays Sefaka, that's the Central African soccer tournaments. At the moment, it's been unfortunate that because of the government involved in politics with the local National Football Federation, we were banned. But the good news is the new Cabinet Secretary for Sports met with the FIFA president in Qatar, where the World Cup is being hosted, and the ban has been lifted. So henceforth, we are going to see our football team enjoying playing soccer, not only in East Africa, but in Africa, and most likely in the coming World Cup.
Wow, that's great news. That's great news for Kenya.
Yes.
Okay. So now let's get to the fun part of the story. We would love to hear your story. Like, who are you and how did you create a medical service or facility without any specialized medical training?
Well, I mean, okay, my story is one of the many stories you will hear, but to me, it is one of the stories that it really inspires myself and those who I come across with. I didn't have a medical background to start a medical facility, and this puts people in so many questions. That's not possible. Where I stay is an informal settlement, what they usually call slum. When I moved to this neighborhood, I became very sick. I was looking for medical care around the community. I almost died. So I made this promise that when I get better, I'll be able to be part of the solution to overcome the challenges of getting better medical care in this community. So when my brother-in-law was a resident doctor in internship in one of the hospitals in the eastern part of the country, so when I felt like I was losing it, I gave him a call and I told him to come over and give me medical care. So he came one weekend, and when he was administering these IV antibiotics, I looked at him and I said to him, you know what? When I get better, we can be able to establish this medical facility in this community. And I think that's how the whole thing started. So by the time we were supposed to start the center, he had gotten an assignment out of the city. So it was a big challenge for me to be able to start. So I almost gave up, but one night again, I said, this was your dream. You need to do something. So this is when I started looking for people who had medical background, who could guide me, who could take me to the medical body that is involved in licensing a facility. I gave them my case. I told them that I was prepared at all these things that were required, and they gave me the licenses to get started.
Wow. Wow. So you did need a license, because that was my next question. My next question would have been, do you have to apply for facility license or require any government approval? You know, so you just said it. You did need to go. Yeah. You want to talk a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, you see now, it's always the. So it's one of the requirements that, you know, this is a professional organization. And it has to involve professionals, or else everything is going to be at stake. So for me, you know, you have seen organizations, non-government organization, churches starting medical hospitals. So for me, that's a loophole I used, because I was going like a private investor in the medical field. So what I was required is to have a structure, and then to have professional practitioners who are licensed to be used as a justification that this organization was going to be licensed and run by professionals. So they demanded all this, that this structure had to meet the requirements. Then the people who are going to offer medical care were to be professional and qualified and licensed, and then I had to look for a nurse and one lab technologist. So I took their papers, I took their requirements, and the government came in, inspected the facility, interviewed the medical staff, and they started processing for my licenses.
Wow. What a story. What a story. Because you know, I did ask for your bio, and I see that you have experience in business and accounting, you know, and I mean, nothing really, I mean, also I see technology, which is scientific as well, but nothing really here has anything to do with medical, you know. So it's a fascinating thing that you ended up creating a medical facility as a result of your need in your community. You know, that is amazing. That's why I love listening and telling these stories. You know, it's just amazing. So still talking about your facility, can you tell us about the services your facility provides for children and what age groups? And also, like, what is the name of the facility as well?
Well, because the facility is Fremu, and
Okay.
I'd called this because of the commitment. My brother, who is a medical, is called Fred, and my name is Moffat. So for the
Right.
commitment, I had to give it a name to be called Fred and Moffat
Moffat.
Fremu. So
Oh,
to
wow.
remind me over and over again how it all started, what was the motivation, and what was the inspiration. So we started, Premo is known worldwide because we have volunteer midwives who comes to our facility to do midwifery. So we do what we call a woman-centered maternal care. The
Hmm.
center of the care of a pregnant woman is centered on needs.
Wow.
You come to realize that in most places, women are patronized.
Right.
They are told what to do, they are abused, they are ridiculed. There's a lot of things that are going through the women who are pregnant. And more especially in third world countries, women do not understand their rights. They are
Hmm.
not given information to make informed choices on what they want, on what they need, and on what is good for them. So
Right.
we looked at all around this and gave a care that recognizes a woman as the center of our own care, to
Hmm.
be given information, to be guided, to
Right.
be given resources if she can't be, and to be propelled to a normal, compassionate maternal
Yeah.
care.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we start by providing that maternal care, and we take care of these babies from the time they are born by giving them the required immunization, the
Okay.
required welfare clinics, which monitors the proper growth and development. We also have supplements and prophylaxis for the women giving birth to HIV positive babies. So we
Oh,
give them medication
wow.
pregnancy. We also provide prophylaxis for the baby to make sure that the infection is not transmitted to these babies.
Wow.
And this also gives an opportunity for us to get through care when they are sick. So if the kids of one of the center are sick for any other conditions,
Hmm.
our center is running 24/7 with medical doctors qualified, and they're able
Hmm.
to diagnose and treat them.
Hmm. Wow.
And
That.
this also gave me a dream to start a Fremo Elementary School. I really wanted to see that this baby born of a beautiful center with care of love and compassion are propelled to a new place that meets the educational needs of their time, that are compassionate, that are loving, that can propel them to full human beings that
Hmm.
are dreaming to what they are supposed to be
To
as they
be.
were born.
Yeah. Wow. So, do you work at the medical facility or the school, like, or you just do like an overhead lead, like an administrative lead? What do you do?
Well, when you when you are behind that dream, sometimes
Yeah.
you have nowhere to stop. I mean, it's like it's very hard. You asked me, I didn't have a medical background, but how do
Right.
all start? But sometimes I've shared my dream with medical professionals, but
Right.
sometimes I feel like, do they really understand where I'm coming from? You know,
Hmm. Hmm.
because for them, it could be to work and provide medical care. But to
Hmm.
me, it would be a big picture that
Hmm.
it's all humanistic. You
Right.
see,
Right. Right.
that
Right.
before you meet their needs, above their needs, they have to be loved, they have to be treated
Hmm.
as human beings. And apart from that, before they are sick, after they are healed, they are human beings. So there is a
Hmm.
whole spectrum. So for me, there are things I have to supervise around the clock to make sure not necessarily are we practicing, but the old dream of a complete human being is achieved.
Wow. Wow.
So
That's
I'm all
powerful.
over the place. I'm at school. I'm at the center. I'm
Wow.
like the central nervous system of all this
Oh,
care.
wow.
Yes.
Wow. You know, every time I hear more, I'm getting more and more amazed and I don't know, flabbergasted. It's like there's a
Thank
lot
you.
of layers. I don't know what to say. See, I'm speechless. I have I have a list of questions to ask, but now when I'm hearing the answers, my mind is blown, you know. And we're talking
Mm,
about Kenya in Africa, so
mm.
and we know that there are all kinds of factors, extenuating factors that influence us Africans when we want to create something good in Africa, And the way you're talking is like there's no excuse. If there's a need in your community, it doesn't matter if you're not qualified to create what's gonna meet that need, but you can get people together, and follow your heart, follow your dreams, and make things happen. This is an amazing story to tell. I don't know.
Exactly.
Sometimes there's something in your mind and your mind blown, but you can't really put it in words. And that's exactly how I'm feeling right now. I can't put it in words. But
Yeah, yeah. You see,
yeah,
I really understand. And one of the biggest challenges I come across is that, you know what, Africa is beautiful.
yeah,
Africa has
yeah.
the beautiful things. Let me
Beautiful
go
country.
a little further. Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
In Kenya, in Kenya, all the top students who passes exams are taken by international
My
universities via
goodness.
scholarship. So if you
Wow.
find that the best students who passed high school, they are sponsored to go to Harvard, to go to Berkeley, to go to Oxford,
Wow.
to go to
Oxford.
Cambridge. But you know what? They never come back. So what
Oh
happens to
no,
Africa?
no. Yeah. What happens
And
to
you
Africa?
see again, when we were colonized, still we are colonizing ourselves. We feel that Africa is less. Africa
Hmm.
is less of friends.
Hmm.
Africa has no solutions, That's why
Right.
I may want to run to get a green card, which is good. But I
Right.
sometimes I ask myself, like now, Fremu as probably as 500 women who have delivered normally, no maternal death.
Hmm.
And
Wow.
these women have been empowered. Fremu has provided to over 150 jobs directly and indirectly.
Wow. Wow.
And over time, I'm talking of empowerment. I'm
Wow.
talking about watering our places here. So I'm saying that is the best. Africa has what it takes. So the moment we realize, of course, we need support. We invite
Right.
support because
Right.
sometimes we lack resources because of so many factors, which we
Right.
all understand. So I believe that if all of us combine forces and love ourselves and tap our dreams within Africa and water our grass, I mean, in the next century, this will be the place people will be running to.
Yeah. 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 And that, I mean, there's a lot of truth in that because even now, like on different shows, on YouTube, on TV, you see where people are saying, I left America, left my house, left my work, and I went to Africa. And most of the places they're going to is Kenya, Ghana, places like that. And I
Mm,
actually just saw a lady just recently on YouTube, and she's an American. She grew up here. She's white. She's Caucasian, and she moved to Kenya. She said she went to Kenya for like an evangelism kind of thing, and when she got there, she met her husband. They got married, and she's now living in Kenya. And she said she does not. She misses America, but she's loving it in Kenya. So a lot of people are definitely coming, buying houses, making investments, because you know that usually African money is a little bit low in exchange to a lot of westernized countries. So people are coming there doing investments, even in the arts, music, and drama and film. There's a lot of talent. There's a lot of um, fertile ground in Africa. And if only Africans can cherish Africa, and if only Africans can look up to people like you, create opportunities, solve a problem in the community, Africa will be a better place. And also, we need better governments as well, better leadership, in the political area. So that's an amazing thing. Yeah. Okay. So can you tell me about Fremu Elementary School? I heard a little bit of why you established it and all of that. Tell me what you do, what grades you service, how many classrooms, just little information like that.
Well, Fremu, as I said, Fremu Elementary School was a baby child of Fremu Hospital. And the school is located a few distance from the hospital. I was celebrating my 31st birthday and I wanted to do something. I don't usually celebrate birthdays, but it occurred to me this time. I felt like the rest of humanity, those who want to celebrate, I wanted to celebrate. But I said, well, I need to do something that is that can be memorable. Sorry. And I said, why not start a school? I mean, when I'm seeing these children, beautiful, normal, I mean, their mothers propelled through a wonderful and a beautiful pregnancy and birth, I really want to track them down and see them also put in a proper education system.
Right.
And then I didn't have any money, and I really wanted to do this badly. So I went to my list on the phone. I wrote a list of the friends and I asked each one of them to help me out. And I remember the friends I thought who were supposed to help me, they didn't do it at all. But the few I never thought will raise gave me a few money. And I looked for a old left building and I asked for the owner who was not staying in the city. I renovated, I changed it, and I made it a school. And I petitioned the classes. I wish I'd sent you the photos of the earlier structure. You could have said, Moffat, no. You are crazy. and I tell you, in this world, if you are not a retro crazy, you're going to be boring.
Yeah.
So sometimes you have to shock people and they're like, are you kidding? Are you sick? Are you an overdreamer? And what I have come to believe that what you conceive, what they will then commit, Mother Nature will conspire and make it happen. Trust me.
Right.
Because I've lived in a bubble where in my mind, I think of this and I put all my energy, my faith, my belief, my commitment, and I leave everything to God and Mother Nature. Right. And I don't know when they meet and they say, we can do it.
Okay, hello, hi everyone. My name is Moffat Osoro, and here I'm privileged to take you through Fremu Elementary School. This is the school that was started back in 2014 with to meet the needs of the kids born of the Fremu Medical Center. Before we started this school, we were running a medical and birth center where we facilitate normal births of the babies born of women from the informal settlements of Kabiria and Kawangware. So today I'm going to show you through the school. This is the administration unit. This is where the head teacher of the school, does administrative duties. Then this is the lowest class. It's called the lowest scale, the play school. These are the charts on the walls, and this is where the kids sit. And then here is the teacher, where the teacher does a supervision from and instructions. Then we have the second class. This is PP1 and PP2. So this is the school. This is the sitting arrangement of the kids. That is the where the instructor or the teacher does a supervision from. That's the blackboard, and these are the charts on the walls. Then right after that, we'll go to the second level school. This is grade 1. This is the grade 1 where the students are instructed from. So as you can see also, the sitting arrangement, usually we have a setup where the instructor does supervise from. We have the blackboard, and then we have charts on the walls. Then we have the second level, it's Glossary. Then we have this is the second. I can show you through the window because I could not get the key today. So that's then we have the grade 3. This is the grade 3, and then we have grade 4 and 5. This is grade 4 and 5 that's combined here. So and then we have this is the director's office, where the overall administration of the school is administered from, and the current administrator is Judy Moffat. So inside the room you can go.
I wanted to show you a little bit of Fremu Elementary School, how it all began. And I went to their Facebook page, and I'm going to leave the links in the description box below so you can go there too and see for yourself. Look how the buildings are. Look how they started, look at the foundation. Look how the compound is just dirt and grass and a caricature of a building, the first view of what will be 1 month later. Look how, and you can see that Moffat is very, very hardworking. He's constantly there, just looking, just thinking, just dreaming on it, and beautiful spaces, when it was done. Look how, can you imagine how it started and how it is now? Can you imagine that? And then they did this ceremony here, and Vicky from Australia was here too. Wow, I'm very impressed, absolutely impressed. And I think these children are the luckiest children, to have this opportunity to be in such a wonderful school where people not only teach you and want to earn money because you're there, but they actually genuinely love you. It's amazing to look at their happy faces. They're just a beautiful story. So I went there and I was just looking, checking the pictures, looking back to how it all started. And I would advise you to go look at it too. On this channel, I always say dreams come true, miracles still happen, and everything is possible. This story of Moffat and how he created his school, the medical facility, will rejuvenate your faith that everything is possible. Yep, look at those happy faces. Look at that. Look at those smiles. And the most amazing thing, he's everywhere. He's everywhere. It's his dream, and he holds it like his own baby. He tends to it. He nurtures it, So then I went to Fremu Medical and Birth Center, and amazing work he's doing there. Lots of parents with their children, it's awesome. It's amazing. And I want to use this, and you can reach out to Fremo, you can reach out to Moffat. I want to use this as an opportunity to say that if you want to give, this is the kind of organization you should be giving to. An organization that cares for its women, you know, an organization that cares for its children. It's the younger generation we know are the future of tomorrow. They are the leaders of tomorrow. So it's amazing. Connect with Fremu Medical and Birth Center, Kawangware, Nairobi, Kenya on Facebook. So go find them. I did see some GoFundMe pages on here. Go find them and donate to their cause, because this is an amazing cause to donate to. You can see the smiles on the parents. They're happy. Do you know what it takes to have a successful delivery? It's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's a miracle, actually, to have the process from pregnancy to delivery. It's a miracle. So I was checking all their pictures out, checking their stories out. It's amazing. It's amazing that that Moffat created this organization, created the medical center, created the school out of a dream that he had, and out of a need that he needed to be met. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's fascinating to me. It's phenomenal. Yeah. These are happy faces, happy women with their children. Very nice. Very nice. Very, very nice. These are the kinds of stories I like to hear. Stories that rejuvenate your faith in humanity. There are good people on earth. There are. There are good people. There are people whose goal on this earth is to make people happy. And Moffat and his organization, they're doing just that. Making people happy, giving health to women who probably would not be able to get this help. And for free, it's amazing. It's amazing. I know he said the school has like discounted tuition, which is understandable because they have to keep moving. But otherwise, he has a beautiful service. He also has this blog that I went to and I visited just looking at it, and I'm going to leave all these links in the description box below so you can check it out for yourself and have a broader idea of why I am so fascinated with Fremu Medical and Fremu Elementary School. I'm very, very fascinated with it. So this will play on for a little while, and I can't find it. Yeah. I just want to say watch out for part 2, which is coming out this week. And don't forget, prayers get answered, miracles still happen, and every single thing is possible. I love you all. Bye.